Back with another episode of Double Barrel Shotgun with your host, Eve and B. We are doing our Super Bowl finale, the post-mortem of Super Bowl 50. We're going to break it down. We're going to discuss the game quickly, just our thoughts about what we took away from what we saw. Then we're going to break down, heck, who knows, maybe throw in a halftime show, and then, what comes out of this after the fact. So, Eve, man, what are your thoughts, man? We watched this together last night at your place, man. I think we had similar thoughts, but express your thoughts to the people.
Okay, badly coached game. Badly coached game. Just horrendous to see such non-adjustments done. Mike Shula, what's up? Mike Shula, what's going on? I don't have any understanding. Didn't put again, not saying that Cam is absolved from this because he contributed obviously to it, but man, as you were saying, they didn't do no rollouts to get him out. Didn't help out the offensive line who were getting whipped every which way you could see possible. They took away Olsen because Olsen had to be in max coverage, so it was always a two-man route. Mm-hmm. Thanks for that plug, Judd. Nonetheless, it was just a bad game. Even in the second half, you would thought that some things would be done to help Cam get this thing going. Didn't happen. Mm-hmm. And Von Miller played phenomenal. Phenomenal. The whole defense played just great. I gotta say, Carolina's defense kept them in the game because it wasn't like Peyton Manning was lighting it up. Mm-hmm. So, in theory, yeah, man, it wasn't a really good game. Even the numbers rating wise, I don't know if you saw the numbers.
Yeah, it was lower than last season, but I thought it was the second highest. Was it not?
For this game?
Yeah.
Oh man, the game. They said that this game dropped. This game was worse than last season.
No, last year was one of the highest ones. I thought last year was the highest ever. I mean, the game itself wasn't great. I think, funny enough, I thought the hype leading up to it was very muted.
I thought so too.
Yeah, I think also too the fact is that Denver's a known quantity, but I'm not sure if they really had a great history. So people are kind of like part of it. Carolina's not a big market, so it was like So you combine those two together. I mean, because there was a lot of hype, but the halftime show, funny enough, we'll get to that maybe a little bit, but that was a very hyped up. I mean, I'm more impressed about the halftime show than I heard about the players.
That's true.
So I don't know what that meant, but my thoughts are, as I said before, I think Riverboat were on. I mean, they let the classic team in this case here. You see a lot in basketball a lot of times where a team that's been winning well just doing one thing really well, and then when they it's like boxers actually. It's probably the better analogy. A guy does what he does, and the moment someone puts a different move on him, he doesn't have a counter to it.
Right.
It's like the Mike Tyson thing. It's like, okay, well, now you're past the fourth round. What the heck do you do? A guy's actually be able to box you for 4 rounds. What do you do? And Carolina was a bit like that. It's like, okay, we know you have your pistol offense. I'm talking to my dad about this this morning. The first thing he talked about was like, why you guys running the ball every time on first down?
Oh, so predictable.
Predictable. So you're setting yourself up for failure in ways like you got to come up with a plan B. We mentioned the rolling out. And I think the coaching malpractice comes down to the fact that you almost went the entire game without putting a double team on Von Miller. I don't understand that. That should be after the first quarter. That should have been completely. He should be taken out of the game with another man there. A running back, a tight end, to chip him all the time. There's too many times where he was getting free passes just dealing with the lineman. It's just ridiculous. I'm sorry.
It was bad.
Like just
that was
poor,
a bad line play, man.
Just poor preparation.
The bookends, like that's the thing.
All both are right.
Both sides.
On both sides, but at least have some containment on one of the two sides.
Yeah, exactly.
Come on. I mean, I thought the preparation overall, how the team didn't seem ready and were prepared.
Yeah, that's the thing that kind of got me more bothered than anything else.
Guys looked so tight. I thought as well too. I think their inexperience showed. Yep. I mean, I think, Cam threw a lot of high passes in the first half. Sailing. I thought he settled down better in the second half.
Yeah.
Tolbert was just a disaster.
Shouldn't have touched
Every time he touched the ball, it was a possible fumble.
Yep.
You keep going on the receivers. I mean, this is the thing we talked about all year at Carolina. How they're making this done with the receivers they have. And all of a sudden, hey, Cinderella turned, and then all of a sudden, it turned into a pumpkin, right there at midnight. on them at Super Bowl. I mean,
yeah, that's what
even I'm giving my dad a lot of love in this podcast. Even my dad says, he had talked to us about this. He goes, when you do Ted Ginn Jr., man, he's hit and miss. He's feast or famine. It's like, oh my gosh, these are guys that know football, man. My dad's like, yo,
it's just crazy.
Crocodile arms on that play. As far as I'm concerned, the two biggest plays of the game were the missed field goal and the crocodile arms.
And remember what I did say though before they even kicked it? I said, yo, this is not even a guarantee he's going to make this kick.
Right. Well,
I said it just before he even kicked it.
Well, the thing that people kind of forget the kick is that if you look at how the game was played, at that point it was 13-7, I believe.
13-7, correct.
If he kicks the field goal, it's 13-10.
And what happened? Remember,
13-10.
The lineman came over.
Well, not only that, first thing, Denver got away with a call there.
Right,
That's the first thing. The refereeing, that's another thing. Refereeing is atrocious. That's atrocious. Okay, because I got no dog in this fight, so I can care less really. But why watch the why watch the thing? I said to you right there, I said that dude's offside.
Yeah, clearly.
And you can see it almost looked like you can see the kicker hesitate for a moment because he saw him on the corner of his eye,
right,
and kicked it, of course, to the wide right Norwood style, but. When it's all said and done, they just did so many mistakes that, the field goal kickers, it's just one of an abundance of mistakes. I mean, especially, the only team, the defense had a few mistakes, in this case with some penalties, but overall the defense was pretty disciplined. But the other two parts of the ball,
they kept them in the
whole game. Yeah, they got a raw deal with the other two parts of the other two parts, offense and the special teams, it was just atrocious. I mean, how do you not see a guy not make a free catch sign? You can't assume that.
And he got 61 yards.
61 yards, another thing that broke open the game. Can't do that. 6 false starts in a neutral site game. That's embarrassing.
Yeah, man. Just the numbers alone.
Drop passes. Cotry's got to make that catch on the sideline. Another one. And the Ted Ginn one we discussed already. Short arms the ball and then ends up getting the pick in this case here. It's like, dude, you're at the 4-yard line. Like, come on, man. Like, really?
Yeah, man.
It just was ridiculous watching this nonsense, man.
It was.
And the thing
it was a hard watch, man.
It was a hard watch because I was talking to some folks about this the other day, just before the Super Bowl. Yeah, I felt this case that Denver had to make a decision. Either they double team Dolson, and that means they leave no shadow for Cam, or they shadow Cam and play Olsen 1-on-1. They decided to double Olsen, what they did with Gronk.
Right.
Now you would think with that having such a mobile quarterback like Cam. You would let him run.
Find the one-on-one guy.
What a mystery! The one smooth drive they had that scored the first touchdown. Cam ran for like 30 yards in that drive.
Right.
Shocking. And they never went back to it.
It was it looked like the coaches weren't calling the plays in quick.
Holy cow, dude! We're sitting there like, dude, get the plays in. Yeah, it was really just poor execution, poor preparation. One of the worst jobs I've ever seen from a coaching standpoint, getting guys ready. It was really bad, man. Even though the referees were brutal, when you look at that game, they really had no business losing that game. The stats for Denver on offense were just abysmal. I mean, it's going down
to the point that they didn't even bother showing Peyton's numbers.
The frothing Peyton was ridiculous. And they said CBS is in the tank for Peyton. They said before they weren't showing any stats on Peyton. I've never seen a game like that before in my life where you never see the quarterback stats.
Right. That's crazy.
It seemed like you had to wait every quarter to get one stat to show it. Unbelievable.
Yeah.
And it goes down in history as the worst performance by a quarterback, statistically. Unreal. And he ends up winning.
History will always say.
That's what Trent Dilfer and Rex Grossman as your starting quarterbacks.
Yeah, that's
wow.
That level. Yes,
wow.
That level.
That's what says a lot in this case that you still lose the game with the worst performance ever by a quarterback in a Super Bowl. Statistically. And I said before, with guys like Rex Grossman starting games. Wow. Yeah. I don't know, man. Anyways, let's move on. Quickly, for a little levity, halftime show. What do you think?
Halftime show. Let's see. Bruno Mars was cool. Didn't really care much. Aside from the one song from Coldplay, really okay. The Beyonce thing with the Black Panther Party movement kind of thing.
That thing is something interesting.
That caused a little bit of a stir up.
Boy, did that ever cause a stir up.
Yeah, Giuliani just went on some,
well, he's had it in for her for time, guys.
But, thank God she didn't fall, though.
Yeah,
that would say she's a champ, though, when it comes back. But aside from that, did I find anything special about this particular halftime show? Nothing at all, right?
Yeah. Anyways, I would say NFL, man, like let go of the grudge on Janet, man. Put her.
Yeah,
It should have been in the montage, man. You know, that shady business guy.
Yeah,
Greasy Goodell once again, guy. Greasy Goodell. Man.
And get yourself some proper, I don't know, man, Coldplay.
Well, you know, like Coldplay ain't meant for that arena. It's just not. It's not the type of setting for Coldplay. Their catalog just doesn't do it. Anyways, let's get to the final aspect, man. Where do you see things going after this, man? Let's start with the losers. In this case, in Carolina.
Okay, very simple. It's obvious. Another wide receiver definitely has to be in play for another playmaker. An offensive system that kind of says that, look, stop the pistol nonsense. Understand 3 yards in three yards in the ground of dust. It works at times, obviously, but it didn't work that night because that was too predictable. They got to be more dynamic in regards to that. Cam, I think, at the post game, not good look. He'll learn. I think, but, he's an emotional kid.
But you got to step up, dude. Sorry,
yeah,
man.
You're the face of the MVP. You won the MVP the night before.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
You can't be just kind of thing like that. Even if
you can't do that.
Yeah, you got to take that, man.
You got to take the good with the bad as part of the job.
You got to take that, man. I think, as we said offline before, it's like I got no issue people ripping him on that. I just don't understand the level of it. Like, it is what it is. Like, I mean, you didn't handle it well, but like, you ain't curse nobody like that. He didn't talk about Noah's mama and stuff like that. Like, he did answer some of the questions. He was honest about it. He pretty much lined up everything we said, including himself. So it wasn't like that. So it's just one of those things where it wasn't a good look to finish up the question. We know they're going to ask a bunch of stupid questions anyways. I get it. But, because they have to get past the first 3 or 4 questions. They really got nothing else to say. It's the same thing over and over again. Yeah. But, you got to do what you got to do. That's part of it. You should, deal with it. But the level of, vitriol. Yeah, it's vitriol, which is like, really? Vitriol for that? Like, really? Yeah. At that point, it's like midnight or 12:30. Ain't no way anywhere in the better drive back home. Ain't no one minding that. Like, really?
Yeah, man. That's what it was for a while.
Yeah. I just sat there, I just kind of chuckled to myself. I was like, well, we know it's a double standard in this case because it's ironic that the winning quarterback in this case over the years has had his wonderful, classy moments in front of the podium as he's throwing coaches and defenses and receivers under the bus and through the bus and everything else. But hey, different strokes for different folks, I guess.
Straightforward.
Yeah, exactly. But I agree with you. Denver's side of it, where do you see that going?
Denver's very simple. Peyton has to go.
Yeah.
He needs to go now.
Yeah.
I gotta say this though about John Elway. If there's anything I respect about John Elway, boy, when he was gonna do a move, he's gonna do a move, and he does it heartlessly, guy.
Yeah.
Because first of all, remember when Peyton got there, he got paid a certain amount of money. The next year, he said, "Yo, I gotta take some of that money back because I didn't get what I wanted."
Well,
and then on top of that, then he basically, Peyton didn't have a horrible year.
Yeah, he was
even in just standards, it's just horrible.
Yeah.
But he came back, because they had the young boy.
Yeah.
The thing about it,
he gets the reins, though, man. He gets the reins. I'll start with Denver, man. I agree with you. I don't like telling folks when they should retire or not, but like in his case, he just got nothing left, man. Just it's not one of these things where he's got a little something to tank. It's like Kobe's situation. You got nothing left, dude. Just call it a day. So, you got horseshoes up your butt. Just enjoy it. And maybe we'll call whatever it is, balancing skills, wherever you think your philosophy or your spirituality is, wherever it is. In this case, he got through in that, and I guess the ledger evened up a bit for him for this.
The unicorns were up, man.
Oh, it wasn't Broncos, unicorns. So that said, take it. You're playing with house money. Just cash in and just get out, retire, be done with it.
Go home.
Yeah, exactly. As far as next thing, Von Miller, pay that man his money. John Elway had saved that money on Manny to give to Von Miller.
Yeah, just give that cash to Von Miller. Yeah, there should be no excuse. There should be no excuse why they don't sign that guy even before.
Yeah, right. If they're playing hardball with him, guy, that I'd be looking there with a spocky eyebrow. On the other side of the ball, Carolina, Benjamin's pretty much like a free agent. So they're going to have a big-time receiver next year. It will put things back in place. And I think that will definitely help Cam, obviously, and their offense overall. Not saying statistically their offense was great this year, but I think overall...
statistically, their offense is good in terms of the running of the ball. They're still 23rd. They were
23rd. Yeah, and I think Benjamin will help with that. But I
Right.
think Shula's got to go to the drawing board and find ways. Like,
And
listen,
also learn not to use Tolbert so much.
well, exactly, and I think that's the other thing they need. They need a bit more of a breakaway running back.
Yeah, man. I think. Well, no, that Fonzie Whitaker kid.
He's
a
nice.
good player.
He's a good player.
He's
You
a good
know,
changer
but I
player.
still
think Jonathan Stewart is an issue.
Well, that's my point. I think that's the part I'm talking about there. He's a little long in the tooth.
Yeah, man.
And so you need to get another guy. You need another playmaker back there, man. That's what I'm saying.
Right.
Like,
and I think Whitaker can do it, but they need.
but you need another one, right? Because I think one of those two, Tolbert or Stewart, got to go.
Oh, I think Tolbert got to go.
Yeah, I mean, I think he might have lost some money last night.
He cost them money.
Yeah, he cost money. You know, on the defensive end, I think they're pretty solid. They probably need a corner on the other side to play. Yeah, you have Norman pay his money. You got to have a corner on the other side to help with him. McLean's all right, but you might want to improve that side. But you can survive with him. But yeah, I think Carolina's not too far away. But I think with them is a classic.
They're going to face a tougher schedule, though. I was telling you that.
True, but I think their issue is going to be more to do with the coaching when it's all said and done.
Yeah,
I think it's going to come down to do you have the right staff that can win a Super Bowl?
Right.
That's what it comes down to. Because like I saw last night, I ain't sure. You know, I ain't sure. Anyways, folks, man, we'll wrap it up with that, man. This guy here is checking out his Raw right now, so his precious Daniel Bryan is
Daniel
retiring.
Bryan is leaving wrestling, bro.
Yes. You're out the WWE guy.
Guys,
Anyways, yeah. We also not going down that road again, guy. I want that guy. I think I want that guy. I think history's on my side.
It's alive and well, but it's gone. Tipper is gone.
Yeah, I think history's on my side that one, my friend. Anyways.
Whatever, man.
We'll talk to y'all next time. We'll probably have a little bit of a draft when we get around the draft. Have a draft show, but this kind of unofficial ending of Double Barrel Shotgun for the season. It's been a blast. I want to thank my boy Eve for doing it again with me this year, sharing his time and his wisdom on the sport. So, hopefully you guys enjoyed it as well too, and we expect to be back strong. When it comes around again next year, it's gonna be a big season. Steelers are already favored to be the top favorite in this case to win next year, as well as the Seahawks. Just saying.
Well, now that the certain number 24 is gone.
Yeah, we'll see. Beast Mode retired. Rest in peace. Anyways, on that note, we out.
We out.
Peace.